Alright guys, so this is the next day after the clip you just saw. We've been working at this for 2 nights now, and as you can see, it's still on jack stands. Nothing has been done to the engine bay at all. I'll give you a run through of everything we've done so far. It's mostly just brakes, and I didn't really bother showing us doing brakes because brakes are kind of boring. What we did for brakes on this is all new calipers all the way around. No, sorry, all new rotors all the way around, all new pads all the way around, and brand new calipers in the rear. So I'll show you what the shop is looking like right now. Here's the Mazda 3 here. As you can see, all new rotors, new pads. These calipers are fine, they're not seized at all. So we're gonna run those. But as you can see, just from the 2 nights of us working here, me and my buddy, here's the old rotors here actually. The back plates came off the rear because they were so rusty they just ripped off like that. But yeah, you can see the big piles of rust under each brake. But yeah, the shop is an absolute mess right now. Parts everywhere, tools everywhere, Domino's Pizza. Yeah, but that's just what happens when you work on cars. Let me know down below if your guys' shops or garages or wherever you work on cars looks like this while you're doing a project. To go back to update on the speed, or not the speed, the 3. Brakes are fully done all the way around. Like I said, new pads, new rotors, and calipers in the rear. When we were doing this brake line here, it actually stripped out of, sorry, not that's the e-brake cable. This brake line here, it actually stripped coming out of the old caliper, so we picked up a brand new one of those and attached it to the hard line there, which wasn't too bad. It's done now though. Next thing I have to do is bleed the brakes. I'm gonna flush out all that crappy old brake fluid because, like I said, this car has sat for 2 years now. So all the fluid inside it is pretty well just old, and it's been sitting there for too long. So I want to make sure, I want to be safe at least, and get all the fluid out. Same with oil. I drained oil and also the transmission fluid last night, and I will show you here what I picked up. I picked up all new fluids today from Mazda. It's just shop towels and whatnot. So coolant. I'm going to be adding some new coolant, some clean new coolant into it. Some brand new oil, obviously 5W20. Our transmission fluid, new oil filter. This is a paper filter, so it is a little bit different. Not a big deal or anything. Looks like that instead of your typical screw-on filter. Oh, and there it goes into the dirt. That's a good start. And we got a new drain bolt and washer there. If you don't know, this is my new daily. This is going to be driven in the winter and in the summer, so I can store the speed or keep the speed more for a weekend car, because in 6 months I have put just under 10,000 kilometers on the speed in 6 months. Yeah, so that kind of hurts me a little bit deep down, but I mean, the car's healthy, it runs great. I love driving it. Every time I step foot in the speed, it is just a pleasure to drive, and I just love it. So, like I said, I'm going to be bleeding my brakes today. We're going to be topping up the coolant. Coolant is definitely low for sure, but that's why we pick some up. Needs washer fluid, needs oil, transmission fluid. This is it here, ATF, automatic transmission fluid. I'm basically just going to pull the dipstick out. It's already drained out. I'm just going to put a funnel in there and fill that back up. Now, my buddy that is helping me with this whole thing, Cody, he's been generous enough to help me all week pretty well every night. We've been here for, after work, we both work till 5, and we've been coming here after work and just grinding on this thing. I mean, most of it has been brakes, which is kind of shitty, kind of frustrating, but I mean, it has to be done. But now that brakes are done, this is where Cody is going to come in the most for me. He's got all his welding gear here, and I will try to show you guys the hole that he is going to be fixing for me. So here it is here. Hope that's showing up well. It's a pretty big fucking hole in the frame. The original plan was to take some spray foam. I have some at work. I use it in my job. But take some spray foam, fill it up in that hole, cut it off to make it flat, and then put some aluminum over it, some sheet metal here that he is going to cut up and tack on. Then he's going to weld it over. I don't know anything about welding, that's why he's doing it. We're going to put body filler over it, and then we're going to do something like a rocker guard, something durable to put over top of that. Then I'm going to get the car undercoated, so it's going to have 3 or 4 layers of protection, and hopefully that's good enough to pass inspection. I'm sure it will be. Yeah, that will be it for what it needs to pass inspection. And like I said, I mean, I bought this thing for $900, so there's going to be issues, there's going to be problems with it, obviously. But for $900, something that's fully loaded, leather seats, power, everything, sunroof, I mean, I can't go wrong. I couldn't pass this car up. I will be keeping you guys updated today for sure. While I flush my brakes, do my oil, transmission fluid. I'll definitely be showing him welding. I picked up some welding steel sticks for him here. I also bought a caliper tool. If you guys don't have one of these and you guys plan to do brakes, I highly suggest buying one of these. This is a great tool. Makes pushing the piston back in your caliper much easier, and it just saves you a lot of time in the end. Yeah, my shop is looking pretty messy, pretty dirty, tools everywhere, but I mean, that's all part of the game. At the end, I'll give it a good clean, put it back to original, and that will be it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next clip, keep you guys updated what's going on in here, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I just finished doing all the fluids in the Mazda 3 as you saw there. I told you guys I was going to bleed brakes earlier, and I did attempt it, but it didn't go so well. I got to the last brake here and snapped the bleeder valve clean off. So I don't really know what to do about that. I've been watching some videos online of people tapping into them and then unscrewing them. So I did buy this tap here. Basically you just hit it into that hole and grip onto it with a set of pliers or something and rip it out. So I'm going to try that, but I need some drill bits that are for steel. These are for wood, so they're no good.